Welcome to the most motivational segment in all of sports. It's Thursday at 4 o'clock. It's also the time where we read some viewer mail. For the year 2023, we get a ton of viewer mail. I know you've been gone, Coach. The letters, sometimes letter, singular, still been coming, but I can't. I mean, what am I? Okay, I was going to say, it's like, what am I doing there? You know what I mean?
I know. I was waiting myself.
Usually I cut it. This time it's a.
Just rip it.
Yeah.
I can't
It's
wait.
a long one. It's from a lawyer. It's on legal paper.
Oh, wow.
Dear Wildes, love the show. Writing with a correction.
Uh-oh.
You always say Aaron Rodgers hasn't thrown for 300 yards in 22 weeks. But in a 13-10 playoff loss to the 49ers, he only threw for 225 yards and no touchdowns. So it's actually been 23 weeks. Oh, please correct moving forward. Sincerely, the twins, Ryan and Brian. Well, I told you, we're always looking for corrections.
Oh, wow.
So from now on, I'll say it's been 23 weeks. I forgot about that playoff game. Hasn't thrown for 300 yards.
You send them a little something for that, correct?
Oh, we've sent them a lot.
Yeah. Oh, they've got everything. They've got the mud flaps. Oh, yeah.
Protein, the game, all
They've got it all.
That was nice. I'm trying to figure out what that has to do with the bug list.
It's just our time to read letters, bro.
Oh, okay. I'm waiting to give them a gift or something like that.
That's it. Just a letter.
All right.
I ran out of gifts.
All right. Well, let's get to it. At number 3, speaking of gifts.
Oh, here we go.
Jaylen Brown just received the biggest one in the history of basketball. 5 years, $304 million. We all know that. And I got to shout out Jaylen Brown. He said what he wants to do with a lot of his money is build a Black Wall Street in Boston. I love this. I would suggest, Jaylen, also, in all seriousness, talk to some other players about it, working together, and really using your guys' wealth and connections and platform to really strengthen the broader black community economically. I think it's a great start and a great idea. But, of course, a lot of people are going to be watching what you do on the basketball court. And you're in Boston where they expect championships. You got to win one. Heck, Kendrick Perkins, who won a championship in Boston, said one is not enough. I totally disagree. Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett and Ray Allen, they're living off that one championship pretty well. So I think you got to just get one, but you got to get one. And the last time we saw you against Miami in the playoffs, Eastern Conference Finals, not that great. 19 points a game down for you, 16% shooting from 3 down for you. So I do believe in you, and I believe you guys can win that championship, maybe more, but you got to go get it done. All right, at number 2, Justin Herbert. Just like Jaylen Brown, you became the highest paid player in your sport, but unlike Jaylen, you have no postseason success to speak of, so you got to start winning some playoff games, and it's going to be tough. I like you a lot, but we know you're in the division with Kansas City. They're in, and Sean Payton is saying that Denver's going to be in. So it is going to be very tough for you to come out. You're coming off your worst season as a pro, so you got to bounce back from that, and there's really no excuse not to. Kellen Moore is a good offensive coordinator. He'll be there for you. You got great receivers. You got Austin Eckler. So you've got to get your team to the playoffs in a mammoth AFC. I've got some belief in you. I'll just leave it at that. All right, at number 1, Wildes, you spoiled it. Boxing.
I teased it.
Errol Spence Jr. and Terence Crawford in a welterweight battle for all the marbles. I will be there in Las Vegas Saturday. Nick Wright will not be, and he's upset with me for that. That's why he's been going at me during the show.
Tomorrow?
I will be in Vegas tomorrow. I'm getting ready for the fight, all right? But look, this brings to mind Thomas Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard in 1981. Pacquiao Mayweather was just 5 years too late. You guys, I credit both of you for fighting in your primes. Both of you undefeated. Somebody's going to lose at 0. Spence, you're stronger. You're bigger. Crawford, I think, is a better boxer. I'm going with Crawford in either a unanimous decision or a late stoppage. Yes, a late TKO. But these are both great fighters. I believe in them both. I'm hoping it's just a classic.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that.
There you go, bro. Coach?
I love the addition of some boxing.
Thank you,
Bud
Coach.
list.
Thank you.
I know this is a motivational segment. I don't know how motivated Justin Herbert feels from I have some belief.
Yeah,
in
that
it.
is true. It
I
was
didn't-
tepid.
I didn't really feel-
It's tough.
It
in
was
that
it was
division.
very
I
tepid
know, I-
motivation there. But I'm gonna add Robert Saleh to the list, and here's why. When he didn't get, or when they drafted Jordan Love, he was angry and they won the MVP. He won the MVP. When he didn't get a contract, he was angry and he won the MVP. When they made him happy, he wasn't angry, didn't play very well. So now he goes to New York, he's back to being angry. You've got Aaron Rodgers. You've got Aaron Rodgers with a coach that he knows, a system that he knows, players that he knows, a full offseason. He's angry. He loves Broadway. He goes to the Met. You've got the fourth best defense. You've got 2 young running backs. Look, the pressure's on you to make this all work. And if you don't, you'll be like me with a house in New Jersey.
No, Coach, look,
And the
I
house
like
in New Jersey looks great if anybody's
By the way, yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Look,
Did a lot of
no,
work.
you're right. Because if it goes south, then somebody has to pay. It could be solid. There's no question about it.
There's no could. There's no
There
could.
it is, yeah. So they got to deliver.
You might as well embrace the expectations, lean into them, because New York has a megaphone, and I promise you, the owner wants and expects either you go to the Super Bowl or really deep in the playoffs with a compelling loss.
Ooh,
Otherwise,
so you think
I think you also put Wildes and Nick on the hot seat.
Well,
They
no,
don't
I'm not.
believe.
Luckily,
they don't believe.
Saleh knows
in-
if without
in the
haters,
Jets.
he's not popping. So
Yeah,
he's ready
that's
for it.
100%
Wildes, what was
here
my
we go.
New Year's resolution?
Or to be less humble.
Be less humble. Brew.
Unbelievable.
Do you remember the last Bud list we did? It oddly wasn't on a Thursday because it was another
a
time you were
Wednesday.
just going to be missing
That's
work
true.
at the end of the week.
Yeah.
And I put the Angels owner Artie Moreno on the Bud list because there was speculation they were going to trade Shohei Ohtani. And Wildes, what did I tell him to do?
You're like, you know what? Why don't you be buyers, not sellers?
Exactly right. And I wake up this morning and they have Lucas Giolito. They are not trading Shohei Ohtani.
Make
So
things
you're
happen.
welcome, Angels fans. I did that for you, Artie Moreno. Thank you for listening. That, however, is not my Bud List edition. I just wanted to remind America I got it right. Okay. My Bud List edition instead is Kevin Wildes.
oh,
Here is why. Once
Jokey
upon
thing.
a time, America, Kevin Wildes refused to give predictions.
That's true.
Make picks. Do you remember, Brew?
That is
Back
very
even
true.
before you were full-time with
Yep.
our
That was
show, I
beneath me.
think, he had a little briefcase like Pulp Fiction. He was like, my picks are in here, and I won't open them.
Yep,
He was
that's
like, I'm
very
not
true.
doing it. He mocked people who did. He was like, I'm sorry, I can't see the future.
Okay,
He
all
thought
right.
the whole thing was
That was
dumb.
part of my
And then pardon me, sir. And then something happened, Brew. He, like a hot craps player, he got a taste of the good life and thought it was never going to end. He stood on the table and said, you know what? Mac Jones going to be better than Trevor Lawrence. And for a year, he looked smart. And then he was like, hey, guys, new segment just for me called Upset Alert. I'm going to give myself a fake name, Punk Johnny Phil of football. And then, like so many craps players, the dice went cold, and we got the Chiefs will miss the playoffs.
No, I'd say it's on the board.
We got a Raiders Cardinals Super Bowl. We got the Patriots are in a gap year, and then it all culminated with I 100% guarantee DeAndre Hopkins is a future Patriot. And now, do you see what has happened since then, Brew?
Wow.
Wait till
He's
upset.
now
a friend.
trying to become a Chiefs fan. He's now trying
You are.
to make a can't lose bet. And Wildes, I talked to Chiefs fans.
Yeah?
They don't want you.
Oh.
You're not welcome. And so
according
you're
to
going to
my
have to
social
find
media.
a new home since the Patriots, evidently, you want to fire the coach. You don't love the quarterback anymore. The Chiefs don't want you. And Wildes is so shook, Brew. He seems to have attached his wagon to Sam Howell. I don't know how it happened, but that seems to be the direction he's going. So, Wildes, I don't believe in you, and you are on the Bud list.
Okay, well, first of all, it's not a very nice way to treat a fellow Chiefs fan. I am a Chiefs fan. Patrick Mahomes was on the show. Mac Jones has never been on the show. And as I've mentioned before, we were a big hit at the parade. We loved everybody there, the team, and the community, and the barbecue. So
You weren't as big of a hit as you're making out to be.
I was a big
They were polite. They were polite.
You know what? Wildes,
They're like, "Where's Nick?
Wildes, you know what the Chiefs fans told me?
What?
They said, we feel about Wildes the way the guy at the Belmont did. Just not interested. Just not interested. That was an inside joke for me and Wildes, but it was worth telling
should
on
do
the
that
air.
one on
Go
social
ahead.
media. Anyways, I think I'm putting on Sam Darnold. I went from Sam Howell to Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold. So here's why Sam Darnold's on the Bud list. 49ers quarterbacks are kind of all over the place.
They are.
And I like that Kyle Shanahan's just like, I don't really care who the quarterback is. I'll have Jimmy G. He'll bring in Brock Purdy. Trey Lance doesn't seem to be the guy. But here's his latest quote on how good Sam Darnold could be.
Yeah.
Steve Young took a while to get going, and he's one of the best quarterbacks of all time. I don't like to compare anyone to Steve because of how good he is. But why can't Sam Darnold be like that? I'm like, all right. And then I got the numbers for 6 years.
That put Kyle on the hot seat?
What? No, because Kyle's like, I'm going to make it work. Steve Young was 31 before he went 14-2 and led the league in touchdowns, wins MVP. When he was 29, he'd been in the league for 6 years. He was 10-19. Sam Darnold's only 26. So although they're willing to give up on Trey Lance, it seems like Sam Darnold's got another life. So shout out to Sam Darnold. You should be pretty good, or you got to be at least as good as Steve Young. Coach, did you like that quote? Give us a little. Put a capper on it.
I think it's fantastic, and I do think they care who the quarterback is. They did give up 3 first-round draft picks for the guy that now seems to be Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
And, I mean, that's amazing to me, and I'm hoping that he gets some play time.
Meet Trey Lance?
Yes.
Yes!
I think
I
they've
did
got
see the
it.
report. He looked good. They're saying he looked good.
They're talking about giving him 4 quarterbacks. They got to let Trey Lance
the package
play.
for Trey Lance.
You got to let him play.
See what he can do.
Well, and you forgot to mention, beyond the quote that you're going to be Steve Young, they're following in the footsteps of one of the winningest quarterbacks.
All right,
in the league.
That's a great point.
Dusty, it's true.
We don't have it ready.
It's true.
We don't have it ready.
Dusty should
it
have
seems like I haven't
printed
missed
out.
any time at all.
I know.
Coach,
up next, Aaron
it's
Rodgers.
true. When it's not true, I'll stop saying it.
That's fair.
Maybe it'll be in a few weeks.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.